Brian, in another video you talked about the FIUL, the Fixed Index Universal Life Policy, but I understand that you can gift this to your children or grandchildren.
Yeah, I once penned an article for Kiplinger. I guess not penned it since it's on Kiplinger Online.
Right.
I typed an article called The Best Gifting Strategy of Our Era. And this is where I talked about this concept, so I wanted to talk about this today. So one way to gift to other generations is to write them a check, give them some money. Pretty sure if you write a check and give a bunch of money to a 22-year-old like my son, that money's not going to be around much longer. It's going to be into something I'm going to consider rather goofy,
right?
Or whatever. Maybe not, but even so, here's a way to protect that gift and have it do good for many years to come. And this is the concept of providing the money, the policy amounts for a fixed index universal life policy for children or grandchildren, so that someday when they're in their, say, mid-60s on till 65 to age 85, say, they're going to have tax-free cash flow in their retirement from this plan. It's not money to them to go spend. It's a deferred gift. So they may not appreciate it today, but I can pretty much guarantee they're going to have really good thoughts about grandma and grandpa someday in their 60s, 70s, and 80s when they're getting a check every month that's income tax free no matter what the income tax rates are in the future.
So Brian, gifting an FIUL to children or grandchildren seems like a great idea. Who is this best suited for?
Well, it's best suited for somebody that has the money to do it. I mean, certainly if you're living on $100,000 a year and that's your earnings, and you don't have a lot of liquid assets, you don't want to do this. You got to, put the oxygen on yourself before you do on the next generations. Take care of yourself first. But if you've done a financial plan and you find that you have excess assets that are going to be go away someday that you're not going to need, then that would be an opportunity to gift the FIUL to other generations. One of the advantages of that is that if you're giving them to your kids or grandkids, they're probably going to pass their physical. So that's not an issue. So that's really great. They have time on their side. The two things you want to be able to do in FIUL. But again, you have to have excess funds, because once you gift these and start putting the money into the policies, you can't get that money back.
So Brian, why would someone not want to consider an FIUL as a gift to a child or a grandchild?
Well, as I mentioned, you can't take the money back, but probably a bigger reason might be there's a couple of ways to give to the next generation, which I think are really great. One is you want to fund a house for somebody. Maybe give them a down payment for a house or help them. Or maybe you want to help them with college. So at some point, if I had to choose an order of gifting, I'd probably choose college first, and maybe help them with their first house second, and then the retirement planning third, tax-free, FIUL in retirement planning. So amongst those three, you have to choose sometimes. If you have enough for all three, great, and then you can use them all. But one of the detriments is taking care of you in your old age. Yeah, but what about now? I need a place to live. I need an education so I can make money during my lifetime. That might be a better option for a lot of people.
Brian, can you give me an example of someone that you have helped with an FIUL policy as a gift to a child or a grandchild?
Yeah, myself. I've got two boys, and we provided for the college. That's taken care of. I'm going to be able to help them out with a house, but I don't know what income tax rates are going to be in the future, and I have a lot of worries about that. I don't know what the estate tax rates are going to be. There's a lot of congressional movement towards generational transfer going to the government instead of people. So what if I can't leave money to my kids someday because the government needs it more than they do, or whatever it is? What if the tax rates go back to where they were? They were once 94% after World War II. What if that's the reality of the world when I pass away? Well, or beyond. Well, if that's the case, then I would like to have funded these policies for my kids, which I'm doing, funding these policies for my kids in an irrevocable life insurance trust so they can't cash it in no matter what happens. But I know long after I'm gone, they're going to have cash flow. No matter what the tax rates are, they'll be able to keep all of it in their retirement years, again, no matter what the income tax rates are.
Brian, thanks for telling us more about gifting an FIUL.